I'm about to drop some fire. Got to get the mic for this one, even though it's hooked up to the laptop. Have we ever considered the possibility that women are so terrible today because we've never actually loved them? I don't think I've ever loved women. I don't think I've ever loved them. But I want to. There are moments where I feel like I do. And I'm trying to work towards it. But it's a long road out, you know. It's a dark, dense forest, and the path is not well made out. It's not heavily traveled upon, and it's a long way, you know. But I think there's the faint vestiges of some, you know, burnt orange, pink light on the horizon, and I can just make it out. I think that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think that we've ever loved women because I don't think that we've ever loved ourselves. And I don't think that you can love. I don't think you can love anybody else unless you love yourself. It's a little different with like family members and stuff. Maybe it's not actually, but I think that women see themselves as sex objects because men view them as such, and they're basically just conditioned from a very young age to that's what men want, and it is what we want. That is what most men want. I mean, that's what we all want, but I don't think it's what we really want. I think you gotta look past that. I mean, we all want a sexy chick. We all want her to be hot, smoking hot. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's nice to have a beautiful woman. It's one of the greatest things, if not the greatest thing that God ever created, aside from these nuts. But a woman's beauty is divine for sure, and a woman is, yeah. Women are not wretched things. They are just like us. They can be amazing, and they can be the absolute devil. So, but I think it starts with you. I think it starts with me. I have been very candid about and open and honest about my struggles with the sites, the hub, for over a decade. I mean, for 17 years. And through that time, I always looked at women as sex objects, but I never even considered that. Because you're so deep into it, you're so low you're so residing in your baser desires that you just don't even see it, man. You don't know what you're missing. We never know what we're missing. You don't know the states of being and the levels of consciousness that are available to you. If you would only make the choice. It all starts with choice. The problem is choice. But you've already made the choice. You're just here to understand why you made it, right? That's what the Matrix teaches us. And you know, I know that everybody that watches this channel, every man on the planet wants to have a woman in their lives. They want to love a woman. I think deep down everybody wants to love a woman. I think women want to love a man. But to get there is so extremely difficult. But I think we'll get there. I think we'll get there. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. I know that it's looking pretty bleak out there. And even if you were dealt, like I said yesterday, the genetic shit end of the stick. You were born with some genetic debt. You weren't given the best cards. And yes, we live in an economy where all your work and energy and your time is being stolen from you through inflation. And a select group of people can print your money when you can't. You can't print it. And so each unit of your currency loses its value. So I get that you're working harder and longer for less. And it is energy theft, it's time theft. The fruits of your labor are being literally stolen from you. And it's without you even knowing. It's the most insidious part of it. So it's a shit time, boys. It's a shit time. But what's the alternative? You know, you just lay down, you give up? Nah. You invest in a decentralized form of money that's backed by energy, which starts with a B, and I'm not going to say any more than that. And you need to put your head down, and you need to start retaining your seed. Get off the sites, get off the hub, get off the distractions and your numbing agents as best as you can. I mean, I got a zin in my mouth right now. So I mean, do the best you can, man. That's all you got to do. But I think the main thing is you retain your seed, and you got to let go of lust, and you got to start to cultivate just an ability to love other people and to love yourself, you know, first and foremost. And that's really the only way that this gets better is we you know, we do have to love women. And that's the only way I think that you can keep one. Is you have to show her that, like, she's more than her body. Like, you're not into her for that. In fact, that's the least interesting thing about her. And you know what? Maybe all these women, they don't have personalities, and they're also trash and terrible to be around, and they can't hold a conversation because they were never taught that was even valuable, that was even a thing that men were interested in. That was never their selling point. That was never their use case. That wasn't their utility. That wasn't their main attraction. Women have been conditioned to believe that they're just, just some holes you can fuck. And I'm guilty of that. I'm the first person that's guilty of that. But that's just not the way, That's not the way. You have to be able to touch something deeper than that. You have to be able to look past her beauty, because it will fade. And women know this. Women know that their beauty fades, and that's like a huge insecurity of theirs. Like, what happens when I lose my good looks? Is he just gonna lose interest in me? And for most men, it's like they do, because they never really cultivated an ability to actually love the woman herself. And that's really the only way that you can make it work. And through this, it's almost like through this, your ability to love a woman is also going to come with your ability to lead her, without you even trying. You're not going to think about, oh, I gotta do this and I gotta do that. No, it's just going to be natural, automatic, just organic, just comes, just flows. You'll know what to do. You'll know what to say. She's going to trust you. She's going to look up to you. Yeah, you're going to go through little things here and there, but nothing that you can't work through. And I think that's really what women are looking for. And I know that I say it don't matter what women want, but there's all sorts of sides of me. And this isn't to say that I won't get on a video later and in the future and rag on women a little bit. Who knows? I might descend. I might descend again. I might get a little bitter. I might want to lash out a little bit, but your gaze has to remain fixed on. And this isn't for a woman, although, I mean, it's, they say you're not supposed to look at women, you're supposed to look at God as a man. Okay, yeah, you are supposed to look at God. But it's almost like that's it's kind of your reward if you're truly thinking about God, if you're whatever your God is, whatever that means to you, then you will act in ways accordingly, and you'll notice that you actually start to cultivate an ability to love a woman, or women in general. You just kind of see them as, you start to come out of the no longer seeing them as objects, and it doesn't happen overnight. For me, I mean, it's not, this ain't happening quickly. It's a slow thing, and I'm finally starting to feel like I can look at women and be like, damn, like, what an amazing being, she should be loved, cared for. She was a child once, just like you. We were all children, innocent, at one point in time before the world fucked us up. But dude, I was watching an episode of The Bear last night. Great show, by the way. And there was this whole episode just entirely devoted to one of the characters. She was pregnant and she was giving birth, and she was in the emergency room with her mother. That was literally almost the entire episode. Just her and her mother going through childbirth together. And man, it was emotional. Not gonna lie to you boys, I shed a tear or two. It was great. You know, and then I think, what video did I make about women today? Oh, we need to start listening to women more. A completely sarcastic video, which I actually do, which the sentiment is true. I still stand by that video, but it's just like, I've been saying recently that I didn't want to make videos about women anymore. But I think the main thing that I don't want to keep making is like just videos just ragging on women, just women, how they're terrible. Oh, it's all their fault, blah, 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 blah. I get tired of that. I want to bring positivity. And, you know, as corny as it's corny, bro. As corny as it sounds, love. Can we bring some love? Or we're just heading into the age of harems, and you know, there's going to be 10 women to every man, and you know, 50% of all of us men are going to have no females. So maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know. Maybe I got no fucking clue what I'm talking about. All I know is if you act from a place of loving yourself, of believing that things can be better, of wanting to be the best version of yourself that you can be, and it's not always going to be. It's not easy. It's terrible. It's terribly hard, and it sucks a lot of the time. And your mind's constantly going to be telling you this is just stupid. Why are you not looking at the hub? Why haven't you looked at Bang Bros in like 2 weeks? You know how many new videos there probably are? How many new women there probably are? Why are you just missing that? It's so easy. You can just click it with a button. Why are you doing this to yourself? You feel like shit. What's the point? You still have no women. You still got no bitches. What's the point? You still got no puss. What's the point? This ain't done nothing for you. You're throwing zins in your mouth, trying to cope, trying to hold on to this semen retention thing like it's something. This is what your mind's gonna scream at you. And what do we say to the God of lust? Not today. Not today. Little Game of Thrones reference there for you, but you just gotta know it. You gotta know it deep in your bones, deep in your sack. You gotta know it. You gotta know it more than anything you've ever known. And it's of utmost importance in this day and age, in the digital age, when the sites are at the touch of a finger, when it's the easiest thing you can do. and it's private, and it's novel, and it's explicit, and all the women are gorgeous, and you can see every part of them doing all the nastiest stuff. Men, we're the only men that dealt with this. Men did not used to deal with this. So you just gotta know. And if you fail some days, you fail. Okay. So what? Brush yourself off, get back up, keep going. Because the light's still on the horizon. And it's getting bigger. So that's it. That's the video.